Oh, hey, welcome to Adam Does Movies Live. I'm Adam. I'm doing movies live. And it's Wednesday night. As all Wednesday nights go, I do an AMA, which is, of course, short for Adam Makes Awesome or something. I don't know. I shouldn't have tried to go off the cuff like that. It was foolish of me. Hope you're having a good night. It's 9:07, 7 minutes late, of course. If you want full disclosure as to why, I came in the door. Connor had soccer practice. I get inside. I have a half hour before I'm supposed to go live, and my wife is bitching up a storm at me for not getting her chocolate, which I assumed was, code for sex. But no, it was actually just literally she wanted chocolate. So then I had to go back out to Target, pick up a bunch of bullshit, come back, and I had 5 minutes to get set up and ready. Obviously, it did not time out correctly, and she did not yell at me to go get it, but because I'm a cuckold husband, I did go out. I love my wife, so chocolates mean the world to her, I suppose. Anyway, life is a box of chocolates, and this is what I'm gonna get. People were asking last week, tears in their eyes, coming up to me saying, "Sir Adam, what's the deal with your house? I know you're renting. I know you're paying an insane amount of money, and I know they're going to increase your rent by $800 a month, which I obviously can't afford." So after some wheeling and dealing and negotiation and pleading and getting on hands and knees and possibly performing sexual favors, they did not budge at all on the price. So effective 2.5 months from now, a little bit more, almost 3 months, I guess, I have to find a new place to either rent or purchase. And I don't know if you've seen the market out there, but houses are fucking expensive. So that's what I'm dealing with. Say goodbye to this studio soon, baby, because another one's going to be up before you know it, which would make it studio like 18 at this point. I don't know. Let's get some housekeeping out of the way before I jump into the conversation. It is Wednesday today. I like to put out a video every day. If you haven't noticed, that's what I've been doing. However, I missed yesterday and I was really mad about it. I was kicking myself because I've been so busy at my real job, which blows. But I did get a couple things out. Scrubs is back. I did a review of the first 2 episodes. I think the third one's out today. What are you watching this for? Go watch Scrubs. No, please watch this first. And super chat and show support for my next rental unit or whatever I end up doing. The cardboard box that I sleep in. I thought this was a very solid start. I wasn't blown away, but I thought it was good. It was nice to have familiar faces back, even if they're older now. They're matching my energy and appearance, I suppose. We're growing older together and wiser. Not a bad start. I also, and I don't want to be mad. I'm just disappointed in all of you. Mainly the YouTube people, because I haven't posted this video yet to Rumble or to Apple Podcasts and all that shit. Spotify. This video so far is ranked 10 out of my last 10, meaning people are not interested in watching a 30-minute video, heavily edited, tier list of all 7 Jurassic Park videos. It's funny. It's got me doing stuff in it. It's got dinosaurs. What do you want? It performed very poorly, which tells me that my efforts were for nothing. Hopefully it's an evergreen video, though, and it'll see some more views down the road. But for now, I was pretty bummed out. That said, I'm confident tomorrow is going to bring better numbers because Star Trek Starfleet Academy Episode 9 is out. And you better believe I have it queued up for watch. And then I have to write my script and film, edit, and get it out the door. Look for Starfleet Recap Episode 9. Usually it goes out in the afternoon. I'm going to shoot for 4 or 5 p.m. If I can get it out earlier, that would be a Christmas miracle because work's been a bitch. Also, I am going to a movie tomorrow night, The Bride, which is short for The Bride of Frankenstein. That trailer looked terrible, so I really hope the final product is much better. That was not a good first look, though. The one trailer I saw. But we'll see. Maybe I've been pleasantly surprised before. All right, that's all I got for promote. Oh no, I have one more piece of promotion. I have been trying hard now to grow on the social media platforms outside of YouTube. Facebook let me into their program. They are helping to promote the thing. I hit my 1,000 viewer milestone. There's 1,000 followers on Facebook after just a couple months of being on there. So thank you for following me there. Don't be confused because there's 2 Adam Does Movies on Facebook, and now both of them have 1,000 followers, which is great. Please follow the one, if you're even on Facebook, that has new content being posted. It's all reels, but there should be reels from like today. The other one is a bad account. It's been taken over by some piece of shit 6 years ago, and I've never been able to retain it or shut it down. I'm also on Instagram. I'm also on TikTok. Those are the 3 places you can find new content, not just repurposed videos, but I'm actually putting out filmed vertical video now. That's what I'm trying to do with almost all the new videos going out. It's exclusive content. Sometimes I post to I can't talk. Sometimes I post it to YouTube, like the Jim Carrey one I did the other day that has like 20,000 views and an insane amount of crazy people comments. And some of them I don't, like the one where I talk about those Osborne ladies and how freakily scary skinny they've gotten. That video has, of course, 100,000 plus views on Facebook because, of course, it does. I'm talking celebrity gossip. People eat that shit up, and it makes me die a little bit more inside every time. I'm keeping that off of this, though. Anyway, now I'm done. New member on YouTube, C. Duke Net Architect, became a YouTube member. Thank you. I appreciate that. There's a $5 super from Yak Attack 915. Thank you. $5. Really appreciate all the hard work and sacrifice to entertain us. How do you balance work, life, and this without getting burned out? Much respect. I am getting a little burnt out. I'm not going to beat around the bush. Last night, I sat down on the bed with my wife, and I asked if she was mad at me. I apologized for not being as present these days because I am really fucking putting in the hustle and the grind because we just don't know where we're going to be living. And it is scary. Not, the uncertainty of the future is a dangerous thing. Even though, I do make good money and we're well off. We got dealt a raw hand as far as, some illness in our family is concerned and how that's hurt us financially with hospital bills, because in America, the hospital system, the medical system is just phenomenal. So there's always challenges. And because we can't just stay in one house for more than a year, it seems like there's no stability there either on the finances. So I have been grinding like crazy. If you didn't know, I have been going live on Rumble almost daily too to shoot live video. So again, if you're on Rumble and you see me go live, you don't have to necessarily watch, but I appreciate you just clicking on the video and keeping it running because I can do exclusive ads there that pay really well. So I want to strike while the iron's hot over there and make it worth it. As far as balance though, yeah, it's garbage right now. It's not balancing out. I'm running constantly. I'm working for my real job, which is straight up 8 hours a day now. It used to be I could do 5 or 6 and get my work done, sometimes 3 or 4 and be caught up. And now I'm just getting hit with so much work that it's impossible. So from, I would say 8:30 in the morning, I do give myself at least an hour of me time to play some PS5. That's the only freedom I have in the day. From 8:30 to 11:30 p.m., I'm usually either on my computer editing, I'm down here filming, I'm out at a cafe working, or I'm dropping kids off. And my wife is home making the meals, packing the lunches, getting the kids ready for school and college. It's a whirlwind of an amazing time. It's really happening. It's really happening. This is what adulting looks like if you're younger. It's what you have to look forward to. David M. for $4.99. Thank you, David. Airheads 1994 is an amazing movie. I agree. It was probably 1995 when I saw it, or however long it took for it to go out on, Jesus, would that be VHS? When did DVD become a thing? 82, 92, 93, 94. DVD became a thing, I want to say right around The Matrix. I want to say 99, I think, was The Matrix. 97, I think, is when DVDs became more of a universally accepted platform. Obviously, there was going to be the people that had it probably way back in like 95 or 96, whenever it was released. But 97 or 98, I feel like that was the sweet spot for DVD. So Airheads would have been VHS. Great movie, though. Adam Sandler's very funny in it. You got a Chris Farley cameo. You got Kramer, Michael Richards in there. There's a ton of actors, actually. It's just a damn good film. I haven't seen it again in decades, but I give it respect. Crazy Libro for $1.99. Just maybe a super sticker in the mix. I don't know, but thank you for the emptiness. Got a $5 for Paul Bros for Never. Thank you, Paul Bros. Which month besides December do you think will be the biggest for movies? April and June looking like big months to me. Well, what month does Mario Galaxy release? April. Did you say April? April is going to be my answer. I don't know release dates for movies. I would have to do a deep dive when things are coming out, but Mario Galaxy is going to make over $1 billion. I assume Avengers and Doomsday, as they call it, is coming out in December. $1.99 from Crazy Libro. Thank you. What's your most unhinged movie theater story? The most unhinged theater story that almost ended in a fist fight for real was way back when Jet Li's The One came out. I've told this story once before on a live, I think, so I apologize if you've heard it, but it's been a while. Anyway, I went with my buddy Clint. We were in high school. We saw Jet Li's, The One at the AMC in Maple Grove, Minnesota. It was a decently filled theater for, I think it was probably a Saturday afternoon showing. And my buddy and I both had to get up to go to the bathroom at least once each, possibly twice for my one friend. We were close to the end of the aisle, and there was one gentleman, I say gentleman in the most sarcastic way possible, sitting at the end seat of the row. So we have to get around this guy. So 3 times total during the movie, at most, it was maybe only 2, that we had to interrupt his showing of Jet Li's The One to go to the bathroom. And he was apparently pissed because afterwards in the parking lot, he yelled at us, came storming over, and he was ready to throw hands. My buddy Clint is one of those guys that throws fuel on the fire by... It's like the most obnoxious thing you can do, in my opinion. Instead of being like, what's up? Who's got next? You want to go? Let's go, bro. Let's go, bro. Instead of being a douchebag back, he does the opposite. And he says, okay, guys, let's all calm down. We're all friends. Okay, this isn't a big deal. He'll be very condescending. And so this guy was pissed, and he's ready to, he's up in our grills right now. He's like, you got up 15 times to go to the bathroom. I fought in a war so that you could sit comfortably. They're always like some insane PTSD psychopath. Of course, going to Jet Li's The One. The hands did not get thrown because a good Samaritan father with a kid, good dad, took his kid to a fun movie. He stepped in. He said, pump the brakes, guys. It's not a big deal. Let's, and he didn't have that condescension in his voice. It also helps that he's not a douchey high schooler. And so we did move on. But that was a very unhinged story that almost went very, very dark. And I understand we're watching kind of a American martial arts film. The guy was probably feeling kind of pumped up, amped. He saw Jet Li fight himself at one point, and he thought, I still got it. I can do some moves. I can pick up a motorcycle and smash it into someone like Jet Li does. He could not. He would have died if hands were thrown. I'll just tell you that right now. He would be dead, and I'd be in jail for manslaughter. He's not a man, though. You're not a man. Stupid Batman v Superman. David's back for $4.99 again. Thank you. Adam Sandler's Airheads 19. Okay. David's back. I remember this shtick from months ago. I think he was also propping up Airheads. He says it's an amazing movie, and then a little further down says it's the greatest movie of all time. Okay. Thank you, David, for rallying the call for people to go see Airheads. Maddie for $1.99. Thank you, Maddie. Downloading Rumble now to support you, big dog. I appreciate that, sir. There will be a live stream on Rumble tomorrow, probably middle of the fucking day. It'll probably be like 10 o'clock or 10:30 in the morning, Central Time. That's when you'll see me go on and read my script, getting through Starfleet Academy. Merlin for $5. Thank you, Troutman. To piggyback off Paul's question, do you think April or December will be bigger overall? April, Mario, and Michael. December, Dooms. Oh, okay. So you're actually giving me something to really chew on now. Okay. Mario and Michael, the Michael Jackson movie, are coming out in April, and December is Doomsday. Fuck. Okay. Did Dune break $1 billion last time? Dune 2 box office. Dune 2 made $715 million. Avengers, I don't want to say Endgame because this isn't an Endgame event. What did Avengers Age of Ultron box office? $1.4 billion for Age of Ultron. All right, I'm going to say Doomsday makes $1.5 billion. And I'm going to say Dune makes, let's say it's not going to make $1 billion. All right, overall, I'm going to give the two of them combined a total of $2.2 billion. No, $2.3 billion. That's what I'm going to give it. Mario Galaxy will make $1 billion. What did Mario box office? First Mario made 1.3. So I'm going to give $1.5 billion for Mario 2. So we are tied. Mario has tied Avengers. So it comes down to Michael and Dune, and I think I'm going to go Michael. What did Bohemian Rhapsody box office do? Bohemian Rhapsody grossed $900 million worldwide off of a $55 million budget. That is a massive pull. I think Michael has the chance to make almost $2 billion by itself. I'm giving it to April. I think April's going to be the biggest month. Michael Galaxy is going to be the one to watch for. And I was so confident, I predicted Michael is going to be the highest grossing box office film of the year. Bold? Yeah, but I'm a bold guy. David for $4.99. Dune, Avengers Doomsday. All I see is films trying to reach the peak that Airheads 1994 set back in 1994. Is there another Airheads that you have to parenthesis 1994? Are we confused with the Adam Sandler Airheads and a different one? Airplane, maybe? That's amazing. Love the bit. Nick Season for $5. Thank you, Nick. Hoping this is enough for you to once again make my day by saying the name of the female actress from The Crow, Repoop. Love your channel forever. Fucka Twigs from Croatia. Fucka Twigs. There you go. At first, I thought you were going to say, I'm hoping this is enough for you to once again move. And then $5, equally as funny. Shots fired from across the bow. Elijah Loves Movies said Airheads is not that good. Damn. Michaelo, greater than Doomsday. Yeah, Captain's with me. Captain agrees. See, I know I'm amongst my people right now. More like Bohemian Crapsody. It was Bohemian Midsovy. Yeah, that's what it was. Bohemian Midsody. Dune has the IMAX screens. Dune has the meats. Arby's. No fucking way Michael will even make $1 billion. Did you hear me when I said Bohemian Rhapsody made 900 million? You realize Michael Jackson, it was the biggest pop star to ever pop star, right? He was massive, and he's still very much heard all across the world. So it's going to make a ton of money. Got $1.99 from God Steam for $1.99. Thank you. His and hers opinions on it. I have not seen his and hers, so I cannot give an opinion on it. I apologize. It'll do great internationally too, for sure. For sure. Shot out of a cannon, Nick, with a $10 powerful super chat. Sir Adam, please watch Drive. I hope this cash helps to bump it up the list of what you're going to be watching soon. It's great, but not the greatest movie of all time. That goes to Airheads. Tip the hat. 1994. No one goes to movies anymore! He yells from his basement that no one can hear him in as Scream 7 becomes the highest grossing Scream movie of the franchise. People are going to movies. People are going to event films. That's why horror films... I actually just had this conversation with my realtor today that I'm getting to know. He's a good guy. He said that he doesn't go to a lot of movie. Oh no, you know what? That wasn't with my realtor. It was with a different person I talked to today. Some marketing agency that maybe or maybe not can help me. We'll see. He said, my guy Eric said that he likes horror films. He doesn't go to a lot of movies anymore, but he always likes to go to the movie theater to watch a horror flick because he gets more into it. It's scary. The atmosphere is great. I agree. And that's why horror films continue to do so well. But you can take that concept and you can put that to just event films in general, which is why the Avengers movie will do great numbers. It's why Michael is going to do huge numbers. People want to see that shit on the big screen. Mom and dad and grandpa and grandma are going to go out, and grandpa's going to be like, I remember Michael Jackson when he hanged the kid off of the balcony. I remember when he was in trial like 800 times for diddling kids or something at Neverland Ranch. They never did find out what's going on over at that ranch. I like Thriller. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of people going to that movie. Event films are huge. That's why Avatar movies continue to make tons of money, billions of dollars. I don't think you're like incorrect, though, in general, that regular movies are getting dismissed. Like people are not going to your standard rom-coms or just kind of a basic thriller, and they're missing some good stuff. The Tankella. Everything's yelling. Try checking the box office, moron! I'm actually in the business, he says with a no picture profile icon. I'm sure you're in the business. I believe it. Do me a favor and email me after this and we can have a more mature discussion, you fucking idiot. Ryan Powell for $5 says, what's a movie that you love but can endlessly nitpick and think of ways that it could have been better? Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Well, you know what's one I just talked about today on the Jurassic Park tier list video that nobody watched at all? It's got 0 views at this point. Lost World Jurassic Park is a movie that has so many phenomenal moments in it, and I love the overall look of the movie, the dark, gritty, grizzled, dirty look that Spielberg went for. It's got so many bad parts though that just make the total disappointing. The sum of its parts are bad. It's a shame because there are so many just amazing moments infused in it that I just get frustrated. And I have seen the movie a few times. Same with, I like dinosaur movies, so I watch the original trilogy quite often. And even Jurassic World, I think, is a fun time. But yeah, that movie is just such a mess. I'm trying to think if there's one that I really like that I nitpick a lot. I don't think I do that. I don't think I dick pick too much. I'm gonna just go with Jurassic Park 2 for now, because that's the one that's fresh in my mind. And I know this because I'm actually in the business. There was I've told this story once before, maybe twice. I apologize if you've heard it, but it's very funny. I used to paint houses and apartments and fences and shit, like I'm like Tom Sawyer or Huck Finn or some crap, way back in the day. This was a college job in the summer with my boys, as in my buddies, my posse. We all signed up to work at Rich Tone Painting in Minnesota. I don't know if that company even exists anymore. We had no experience, and we'd be up on these ladders. Our first job was this massive, I think it was a 3 or 4 story apartment complex. So we're up on these huge ladders, spray guns, masking off windows, doing all that stuff. And towards the end of our build, of our beautiful paint, we got these new yahoos that came on, a different crew that came over to help us with some of the little piddly shit we had to finish up. And one of these dudes was this short, fat idiot who was super lazy. He didn't do shit the whole day except for, well, I knew exactly what he did because he would mark his territory. He would mask off a window with the plastic poly wrap shit that you put, and then he would do the painter's tape, and he would take the time to peel off of a K, and he would put his initial K on the window. Thankfully, it was just 2 Ks and not 3. But you could see then the results of his 8-hour shift, which were 2 or 3 windows. And the second or third day goes by, this guy is just driving us up a fucking wall with his laziness, with his bitching. So we heard an idea from our foreman, John Kesty, who I loved. He was the funniest guy ever. He talked about how they would mess with people on the paint staff by taking a giant roll of plastic, sticking it underneath a person's car, and putting a light amount of painter's tape on one end so that when the person drives off in the car, the plastic unspools behind them. Not really thinking at the time about the dangers this could pose if he made it onto the highway and just hundreds of yards of plastic are flying through the air. Thankfully, it didn't get to that point. This didn't leave the parking lot. We got it hooked under. KK gets in his car, shot out of a cannon, peels out, and the plastic flies up in the air. He gets out of the car, loses his shit on us, and he goes, "You wouldn't do this if you knew who you were messing with. You don't know me." I was like, calm down, Krispy Kreme. Because of the 2 Ks, we called him Krispy Kreme. Who are you? Fucking Batman? Otherwise, I don't care. Leave. Anyway, I thought about that because of the person yelling at me that I'm in the business, reminded me of, you don't know who I am. Okay, let's get back to adult stuff. Where am I at? Rich Monk for $4.99. Thank you, Rich Monk. Have you seen Coherence? Mind bendy and mostly improvised dialogue. Highly recommend. I have not seen Coherence. I don't even know what that is. Coherence movie. 2013. I don't know what this is. I don't know who this is. I don't know why this is. Emily Baldani. I don't know any of these actors even. This is one of those movies you see at the Blockbuster Video in Seth's picks, the art house pick that no one's heard of. Rich knows. Rich is on it. Thank you, Rich. I've not heard of the movie though, but shout out, I guess, to Coherence. Nick Season for $5. Thank you, Nick. Do you like James Bond movies? I do. I'm not a huge Bond guy though. I'm not into the bondage as much as others. I like some bondage, just not a ton of it. So James Bond being gone, not really. I'm not losing any sleep over it. I thought Daniel Craig's not GoldenEye. What was that one called? Casino Royale. I thought Casino Royale was awesome. I actually do like GoldenEye quite a bit from Pierce Brosnan. All the other Pierce Brosnan movies are pretty terrible. The Daniel Craig movies are hit and miss for me as well. They're all entertaining enough. And if we're going back to the old dogs, I mean, honestly, I couldn't tell you shit about them at this point. I would have to do a full rewatch of every single one. And there's been, 6 or 7 James Bonds at this point? Actually, there's probably more than that even. How many James Bonds have there been? Because there was Sean Connery. There was Google would like to use your current location. Don't allow. Fuck you, Google. Roger Moore. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, there was 7. Okay. 7 actors across 27 films. That's wild. That's wild. I think the new James Bond video game looks pretty awesome. Looks like it's Uncharted, but with James Bond, and I love the Uncharted games, so I'm very much looking forward to that. Pammy for $6.99. Thank you, Pam. No Neutron Dance anymore? Did I miss a special announcement that you retired from singing it? I'm just burning, doing the Neutron Dance. I'm just burning, doing the Neutron Dance. Cause it's hard to say, and it's hard to find when I'm just burning, doing the Neutron Dance. It's never retired. It's always rent-free in my head. My family probably just gets annoyed of hearing it. David for $9.99. I know where this is going already, and I love it. Thank you for the beautiful $9.99 super chat. What evolution do you think cinemas underwent from the 1990s to present day that led to the more underwhelming movie theater experiences we have now? Sponsored by Airheads 1994. What evolution do you think cinemas underwent from the 90s to present day that led to the more underwhelming movie theater? Well, I think it's over time, little things, quality of life improvements that are actually quality of life. What's the opposite of an improvement? Disprovement? Bad thing? Like for instance, the candy wrappers. Some fucking Yahoo decided in their infinite wisdom to put cellophane for every wrapper so that we can hear that the crinkle crackle of every box getting opened. Then there's the self-serve pop machines, which I will admit are nice for having your variety, your spice of life. However, the price didn't go down. The price went up, probably to account for fixing those machines that are broken every other fucking day. Because there's always one that's broken. There's always one that's broken, and no one knows how to fix them except for the pop technician specialist who has to come over and do it. So, yeah, there's just a lot of issues. I think not cracking down on phones. Phones are the bane of everything in the world. The existence is shot from phones. And so not making it known, just like in schools, that phones should not be acceptable things to look at while a class is being taught or a movie is playing, is a major issue. It's just a major issue. Not having ushers at most theaters is a problem. Ushers are kind of the gatekeepers that are supposed to keep the peace, make sure people are being well behaved. They have the flashlight. They walk around. Click, click. What's going on over here? You look like you're 10. You look like you're 10. You're watching Barbarian. Get out. Hey, you two back there making out? She's not hot enough. Get out. If she was hotter, I would allow you to stay. You're just lucky you have a girlfriend. You look like hammered shit. That was a very inappropriate usher. He does not work at the theater anymore. But yeah, there's just a lot of like little quality of life things that they did incorrectly that were supposed to make things, I think, more convenient for people, giving them their troughs of food that they can eat and be annoying with, and let them be on their phones and let them get their own drinks. All this stuff just culminates into a really disastrous experience that's not tailor-made anymore to the theater. It's tailor-made to the individual in the worst way possible. Kyle for $2, thank you. Will success of Michael lead to Captain EO2? What? I don't know what that is. Captain EO2? Captain EO, the 1986 3D Disney attraction by Francis Ford Coppola, produced by George Lucas, starring Michael Jackson, had no official sequel. I don't even know what this is. Embark on a cosmic journey with Michael Jackson, Captain EO2? Crazy. I've never heard of this. That's wild. Did this have anything to do with that? What was that weird movie? Moonraker? What was the Michael Jackson Moonwalker? Michael Jackson movie. Moonwalker. Moonraker is a James Bond thing. That movie was trippy as fuck. That movie gave me nightmares. Frenchie for $5. Thank you, Frenchie. Do you get recognized yet? Are you excited for Mortal Kombat 2 coming out in May? I did enjoy the one that came out in 2021. Well, Frenchie, you're a fool, because that movie blew donkey dicks. No, I'm happy for you. I wish I would have liked Mortal Kombat 1 more. I just couldn't get behind Cole, and I didn't care for it, honestly. I really wanted to, but I am excited for Mortal Kombat 2. I think it looks great. I love that they're focusing on Johnny Cage. I think Carl Urban's going to knock it out of the park. It looks fantastic, but the first one looked fantastic too. So sometimes you don't want to judge a book by its trailer. As for getting recognized, no, I never get recognized anywhere. And the funny part is I work at the Mall of America now most days. I like to set up my laptop at the cafe there. They have a nice cafe. And so I go there a few times a week. And sometimes I'll just stroll around the mall for a while, kind of hoping that someone will notice me. I'm actually just trying to walk because I don't do enough walking in the day or exercise at this point, which really sucks because I used to work out every day. And now I'm just not finding the time or making the time. But yeah, I'll try to get some steps in, and I secretly hope that someone will be like, Adam, you son of a bitch from Adam Does Movies. It's never happened once. My wife hates you. I would even take that. You know what? As an aside, the worst thing I hear once in a while, and it might not even be true, but I have heard this probably a half a dozen times, is I saw you the other day. I was going to say hi, but I didn't. That one kills me. It's like, was I picking my nose? What was I doing that you couldn't have came over and just said hi? Jim Render for $4.99. Thank you. Found your channel watching Cats and Long Legs reviews. Been a fan since. Sad you didn't like Dr. Sleep, but recommend Jennifer's Body and Carry On. Okay, first off, Jennifer's Body is awesome. Carry On. What is Carry On? Why have I... Oh, I saw Carry On. Are you talking about the Netflix movie? Carry On is probably the best Netflix exclusive I've ever watched. And that's not saying anything because I don't think Carry On's particularly great either. It's just a somewhat all right thriller. Like, it's manageable. The end gets very dumb, but overall, yeah, it's an all right film with Jason Bateman. Jennifer's Body, I love. I love looking at Jennifer's Body. I love watching Jennifer's Body, and the movie's good too. The Megan Fox flick with Amanda Seyfried. I always say her name wrong. I used to say Seyfried, but that's not even remotely close. She's great. It's a fun movie. Chris Pratt's in there actually for all of maybe a minute, and I think I don't know if he gets burned alive in the bar or if he makes it out. He's a very small role. It's easily Megan Fox's best film. That is not her straddling over a car of some sort. We got $5 from Nick. Rich Tone Painting in Twin Cities still exists. Their slogan, our expertise, your peace of mind. That's awesome. Imagine Rich Stone Painting, Adam Olinger, 17, 18 years of age with his dipshit friends, eating a sausage McMuff with egg, up on a ladder, spraying part of the apartment complex, dropping a 5-gallon bucket of paint at one point, half on myself, half onto the ground. Honestly, that whole summer would make for a fantastic sitcom. I think I could write a sitcom around just all the dumb shit we got on. That would be a funny ass sitcom, actually. Painters, 4 buddies, set in the late 90s, early 2000s, I guess, early aughts, if you will. Hilarious foreman, because that guy was funny as shit. You got gold as far as I'm concerned. The first couple things he showed us, well, let me just give you an example. The first day we met him, it's like, I'm John. This is what you're going to be doing for the next few months. If you have any questions, you can reach me on my cell. I'm not going to be here. I got other teams to manage, but show of hands, who's painted before? I've painted my parents' like interior walls. Oh, well, that's pretty good. That's more experience than most of these guys have. And then he goes on to tell us about this cutting mechanism that you use to cut the plastic poly wrap. And he goes, this stuff's sharp though. You don't want to touch it with your hands. You can pierce your skin pretty easy. He actually cuts into his arm and starts bleeding. He's like, oh yeah, see? Yeah, it's really sharp. I'm like, what in the fuck is this? This is amazing. And then the other one I want to point out really quickly. At one point we had to rent one of those boom vehicles where, you man the machine and it lifts the bucket up into the air. We got it for a day so that we could get a couple spots that we couldn't reach with a ladder because of just how the slope was on the ground. So my idiot buddy hooks himself to, I don't know, he put a harness on himself and he's dangling off the bucket, spraying the building. Meanwhile, the dipshit below drives forward onto the sidewalk, cracks the sidewalk from the weight buckling, and then we, to repair the sidewalk, our foreman, John, comes over. He takes a handful of dirt, sprinkles it into the crack, rips up some grass, and starts plopping it down like it's growing out. And he goes, there, it's weathered. It's been there for a long time. It's just fantastic. What is this? Oh, the stories. Plus Krispy Kreme. We got Krispy Kreme. He can be like the Newman character. Hello, Crispy. God, I'm giving away these ideas. Shit. All right, anyway. Kyle for $5. Do you know who I am? Seriously asking. I have amnesia. I don't know either. Nice. David with a hard-hitting question for $4.99. What do you like better, Adidas or Nike or Cameo from Chris You got me on that one. You got me. I did not write. I didn't process the person. What do you like better, Adidas or Nike or the cameo from Chris Farley and Adam Sandler's Airheads 1994? That was well done. Well done. Chris Farley would be the answer. Bob Crenshaw for $7. Thank you, Bobby. If I can call you Bobby. Favorite John Leguizamo era, 90s or 2000s? Well, it's going to be the opposite of whenever The Pest came out. I never saw The Pest, but I remember the trailer for The Pest, and it made me lose brain cells. The trailer for Pest is right up there with the most obnoxious trailer of all time, and movie for that matter, Biodome, with Pauly Shore and I believe Billy Baldwin. What a travesty. Leguizamo had Mario in the 90s too, and that movie's a train wreck. I don't know what... I would have to say Leguizamo 2000, although he's in... Wait, is John Leguizamo in... Fuck. I'm going to say something stupid right now. I don't think he's in Scarface, but he's in a mob movie, right? John Leguizamo mob movie. Carlito's Way. Oh, I was right there. I was right. Okay. Okay. Say hello to my Carlito's Way. Carlito's Way. Okay. I almost forgot about my Pacino. Anytime I see my brother and cousin, they always ask me for the Pacino because it's so bad. And I also combine that with, I also do the Pacino with Michael Keaton's, you want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. Except for I do it as Pacino. You want to get nuts? Okay, let's get nuts. I don't know why I haven't gone into acting. I mean, just a man of so many faces. Ya boy for $2. What were you surprised at how well The Housemaid did? I was at first, and then I realized it's on one of those spicy book series, and then I was not surprised at all. Women like the spice. The soccer moms are into that shit, and The Housemaid was a very popular book franchise with that demographic. I had no idea it existed until I saw the film. And so afterwards, no, I was not surprised. I'm surprised the sequel hasn't been put out yet. Like, I know they're working on it. They're going to be rushing that shit out. But yeah, no, it's fine. It was a good movie. I enjoyed it. Christian Movie Nerd for $5. Thank you. Hey, Adam, just joining the stream. I'm glad you liked A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. 9 Kingdoms. I knew you would. Yes, that's right. The joke at the end is there's 9 kingdoms. Spoiler instead of 7. It's just a conversation they have. But yeah, I did. I thought it was good. I don't think it... I thought people were really, really waxing the balls of that thing, saying it's like the greatest show they've seen in years and all this stuff. I thought it was a nice show. Sometimes it can just be a nice show. It doesn't always have to be a 10 or a 1. There is room for a 7 or an 8. And I think that's where Night of the Seven Kingdoms belongs. An 8, maybe a 9 on a couple episodes. But this is not a 10 out of 10 series for me right now. It does have potential to get much better, though, as it expands more and we get some more... Because there's a good amount of characters that are just kind of introduced and don't really do anything. And this is a very small, limited run. I think it was only, was it 6 episodes? It was a tiny little fraction of a season. But yeah, very, very positive so far on it. I'm invested for sure. Adam is Fiverr. Nice to see you. $2. Thank you. Top 5 Pixar movies. All right. This is a heavy hitting question. Hoppers comes out this weekend. Folks, I don't think I'm going to see or review Hoppers. My animated movie reviews don't do dick for numbers, and I have, as I've stated earlier, very limited time these days. I plan on going to The Bride tomorrow night, and that's probably the only movie I'll see. if people have desire for me to give a review of Hoppers, I don't even know how to make that happen. I suppose it's getting pretty late for a super chat run already, but I tell you what, if in the next 10 minutes I get 3 $10 super chats, I'll go see and review Hoppers. Otherwise, it's not worth my time. The numbers are so bad on those animated reviews, unless it's something polarizing. Anyway, top 5. Oh, I got to take the glasses off and think about this. Top 5 Pixar movies. This is not in any order because I can't do this on the spot, but I would say Ratatouille is up there. WALL-E is up there. Probably have to put a Toy Story, probably Toy Story 2. The Incredibles. I'm going to miss something just massive and it's going to hurt me. It's going to hurt my pride. WALL-E. I really like Monsters, Inc. Finding Nemo's really good. I should look at the list. Pixar movies. I can't leave something up to chance on this. I got to make sure that I look them over and don't miss one that's really special. God, they did some bad ones there for a while. Some duds. Yeah, you know what? I think I go Ratatouille, Monsters, Inc. Wreck-It Ralph is not a Pixar movie. That is a Disney animated studios. That's how they get you. I think I'll put Monsters, Inc. in the mix. Yeah. So Ratatouille, Monsters, Inc., Toy Story 2, WALL-E, and The Incredibles. That's my set. Nick Season for $5 says Lemmy or God. I don't know what that means. Lemmy or God. Airheads? Jesus Christ. Who would win in a wrestling match, Lemmy or God? The rock and roll meme. All right. It's been a minute since I've seen Airheads. King Cold for $5. Thank you. Hey, Adam, do you have a movie you saw in theaters as a kid or teen, but don't remember why you wanted to see it? Mine was The Pelican Brief. The Pelican Brief. I brought up The Pelican Brief last week. I was talking with my family and I said, we were talking about movies and we were talking about genres they don't make anymore, really. And I said, lawyer movies are something that were popular for a while in the 90s and they just don't do them really anymore. And I said Pelican Brief. And then there was The General's Daughter, although I don't like that movie. It's too gross for me with the everything going on in that. And then there was, oh Jesus, there was like 5 of them. There was that water one with was it Dark Water? Black Water? Something Water with John Travolta. John Travolta was a lawyer in some movie where he had to take down a big corporation for polluting the water. Lindsay, Jesus Christ. My wife texts me randomly while I'm talking and completely throws me off. Please stop messaging me. I love you. Bye. Okay. Now I forgot the other lawyer movies. There was one with... Forgot her name. I'm moving on. My wife threw me off. I can't go on anymore. All right. David, for $9.99. Thank you, David. Rank the new Planet of the Apes movies from worst to best, including Rise of the POA, Dawn of the POA, War for the POA, Airheads 1994, and Kingdom of the POA. POA. All right, I'm going to go Airheads at the bottom, and then I'm going to say, no, I'm joking, David. I would never do that to you. In last place, I'm going to put the newest one, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I enjoyed it, but it was definitely missing something special, and that something special is Caesar. It was still good though. And then I'm going to go with War for the Planet of the Apes. That movie was a major letdown for me. It was the completion of the trilogy, but there wasn't really a war, and people defended and said it's an eternal war. I don't need to see an eternal war. I saw that with the last one, Rise of the Planet of the Apes, so I didn't need it repeated, which it kind of did. In second, I'm going to say Rise of the Planet of the Apes. In first, I'm going to say Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. That's my favorite, although I love Rise as well. They're kind of interchangeable to me. And then obviously in first is Airheads. For real though, I would probably put Airheads after the trilogy, but ahead of Kingdom. Actually, no, I'd put Airheads above War for the Planet of the Apes as well. So it would fall into third. Puss in Boots Last Wish, greater than almost everything. I did enjoy Puss in Boots Last Wish. Again, I think it's way overhyped, kind of like the Kingdom of the Seven Kingdoms of the Seven Kings. Night of the Seven Kingdoms. I think it's a bit overblown, the praise for Last Wish. I think it's a very good movie, though. The problem I have with Puss in Boots is it's front heavy with awesome. I mean, that intro where he fights the giant is so cool. Then he meets Death at the bar. That wolf is so badass and legitimately freaky for a little while there. I was like, God damn, this is a kid's movie. And then there's the stuff at the orphanage where he's getting raised with all the other cats, and that's all great. But then the second half of the movie kicks in, and it's more focused on Goldilocks and the three bears, and you have that whole side quest stuff just isn't that appealing to me. And Death is kind of forgotten about until the final act. I know he's always lingering, and there's the whole commentary about death and how you can't run from it, and all that stuff is great. It's just I felt like the last third does slow the movie down and go in a path that's not as interesting. Still, overall, a very good movie. Bing Bong for $2 is pissed. I am hurt. Coco and Inside Out were not on the top 5. There's a lot of great Pixar movies, sir. There's just a lot of good ones. I really like both of those movies, if that helps. Coco is another one. There's a few Pixar movies. Inside Out's great. I really like Inside Out. Coco is one of those Pixar movies where, much like Up, they nail the intro and they freaking nail the finale. The first act and the third acts of both those films are perfection. The middle is the issue. Coco in the middle, when he's going off on all his like misadventures in the death world or whatever, that stuff's not that great to me. I'm not that interested. But yeah, it brings it back home at the end, and it really nails that ending and sticks the landing. And that's the same for whatever the fuck else I was talking about. I already forgot. I blacked out. Up has a very shenanigans-filled middle act. Frenchie Jinx for $10. Thank you. This is for that thing. 3 out of 10. Also to clarify on MK. This is for that thing. 310. I don't know what that. Also to clarify on MK, I didn't like Cole, but the fighting is great for for arcade movie. The skilled martial art actors, I think, are pretty good in fighting and acting. Yeah, if you're going for it just for the action scenes, then it's a good time. I just wanted more from Mortal Kombat. Oh, the 3 out of 10 thing. I got you. Thank you, Frenchie. Jesus Christ. I know what you mean now. So in actuality, I said you had 10 minutes, right? And at 9:58, I got 1 here for $10. And then I got 2 here for $10. So there's 2 more minutes to go. 1 more super chat for $10 will get me to review Hoppers. Oh, wait, didn't I say I just need... Oh, yeah, 3 out of 10. 3 $10 sub deal. Yeah, I got there. I figured it out, people. I learned. Adam Does Movies. I was watching a Scream 7 live stream, and this YouTuber used a super chat service that gives you 100% of the donations, and messages show up on the screen too. It's called Stream Elements. I know what Stream Elements is. That's through an OBS, though, I believe. Actually, maybe this isn't what I thought. Isn't Stream Elements an OBS platform? I'll look into this afterwards. Maybe this is something I can utilize, because it would be nice to not give YouTube 40% of super chats. That would be nice. Retain a little bit more of that money, or all of it for that matter. Now I lost my... Where the fuck is the tab? There we go. My friend, Paul Bros for $5. My friend was trying to argue me on how Cars 2 is the best Pixar movie, and I have never been so mad. Movies are subjective, but truly can't understand. Cars 2 is terrible. Wow. Yeah, no, your friend sucks. No, not really. But his taste in movies might. We are at the 10-minute mark. So if I don't see a $10 super chat in, Hoppers is not going to hoppin'. Oh, I didn't even try to make that pun. That was fun. Are you going to review the new movie The Bluff on Amazon Prime Original with Carl Urban? Probably not. The Bluff movie release date. Action adventure film starring Priyanka Chopra Jones. Ooh, I like her. Priyanka Chopra Jonas. Wasn't she from The Good Place? And Carl Urban. Prime Video, February 25th. Oh, that already came out like 2 weeks ago. We're way past. I'm way past that. Paul Bros for Never for $10, baby. We got it. Now you have to review Hoppers. What is your least 3 favorite Pixar movies? Oh, that's good. Least 3 favorite Pixar movies. I would say The Good Dinosaur is not a good dinosaur at all. It's a bad dinosaur. Cars 2 might be up there, actually, for worst 3. Oh, Lightyear was terrible. Yeah, I think Good Dinosaur, Lightyear, and Cars 2. Guy Vermectin says, just wanted to say you're my favorite horror channel. Love you, bro. I've never heard that before, actually. That's cool. I mean, I'm not a horror channel. I'm just a movie channel, but that's awesome if you consider me your favorite like guy that covers horror films. That's awesome. Thank you. Scream 7 was ass. Yeah, I didn't care for it. Did not care for that one. Yeah, I didn't think Elio was bad. I thought Elio was fine. It was just very average. Lone Wolf for $2. Thank you. The Boys' final trailer. The series drops tomorrow. Okay, the trailer for the final season drops tomorrow. Nice. I don't need to watch the trailer because I'm going to watch it, so I don't need to see a trailer for it. But that's cool. I'm excited. Salty Bay for $5. Why do you think Jeremy Jahns has been so popular for so long? Seems like he's one of the few reviewers to still have a huge audience after a decade. Jeremy Jahns to me is, and I don't mean this disrespectful at all, Jeremy Jahns is the McDonald's of movie critics. He even has the red. You know what you're going to get with him. You're going to get Again, I haven't watched his stuff in a long time, but I imagine it hasn't changed in like 15 years. Last I looked, he still had the red background, still kind of wears the black ensemble, still has the wild black hair, and he does the like old, like, I don't even know where the fuck he got this, but he has the old like the old font retro like pre plugin that you get with Premiere 4 or something. Like a really old editing program came with that cheesy old 3D font intro. I imagine it's all the same. He's very comfort food for a movie critic. You know what you're going to get with him. He's funny, he's charismatic, he's larger than life, he's quick to the point. He doesn't say, at least from the few videos I've watched of his, he doesn't seem to take like any real crazy stances on things, and he's just a very chill persona. So I think people are just comfortable watching him. He has a very mass appeal sort of a thing. And because he was one of the very early adapters on YouTube, and he did have a polished style way back all those years ago, he got a large demographic of people to like his stuff and follow him all these years later. So he built up a fantastic brand, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it sort of a mentality. I think that's the short reason why. Tom Pranks for $1.99. Thank you, Tom. Thoughts on FIST, acronym FIST, 1978, and Don Knotts movies? Oh my God, we're going way back. I have not seen a lot of Don Knotts movies. Did he do the one where he turns into an animated talking dolphin? Is that Don Knotts? Don Knotts animated dolphin movie? The Incredible Mr. Limpet. Yes. My grandpa Earl, R.I.P., was a massive Don Knotts fan. He would have a lot of Don Knotts movies on when I would go to his house, and that was one that I've seen a couple times. And I remember being entertained as like a freaking 7-year-old or 6-year-old whenever I saw it. I somehow remember it. It stayed with me all these years. I can't speak to his other stuff, although I did find him funny. I thought he was a very... most of his stuff was in black and white that I saw, but he was a very, very clever comedian. He had a range to him. He was very dynamic. I don't know what Fist is, 1978. If that movie came out today, it would probably be something you'd watch on OnlyFans, and then I could probably tell you what it was about. Lone Wolf for $5. Thank you. Who your favorite character on The Boys so far? I don't know what's happening. Are you having a stroke? And speaking of Jeremy Johns, just saw his review on The Bride. Very interesting review for it. Oh, okay. Well, maybe he's doing different things over there. Who's your favorite character on The Boys? My favorite character will probably always be Homelander, because he's such a psychotic douchebag who has a milk fetish. I enjoy him, though, because he's so unstable. I did like the chick that blew people's heads off. She was fun, but now she's irrelevant. Oh, God. I don't know if anybody from the main cast that I really like. Huey annoys the shit out of me. Starlight or whatever, like, messed up her face, so she's just tough to look at nowadays. I think the Aqua Mariner guy, or whatever his name was, he's really funny. He's got a Sean William Scott thing going on. And the main dude, wait, what's his name? The Butcher? Is it Butcher? He's awesome. Warm Minnesota weather for $2. Thank you. Rank The Perfect Storm, Vertical Limit, and Everest. Perfect Storm is the George Clooney flick, where they're out in the ocean. Vertical Limit is the Chris O'Donnell flick, where he goes like this on the side of the mountain. And Everest, that's the one where the guys are stuck up on Mount Everest. They have to use a ladder to get across at one point. That one was all right. I don't remember Vertical Limit very well. I think Perfect Storm's probably the best, then Everest, then Vertical Limit. But Vertical Limit, I don't actually know if I saw that movie. I just remember the trailers for it. I don't know what that name... Belloc ate a fly. Belloc ate a fly for 99 cents. Thank you. And then answers back with I ate Whoopi Goldberg's queef for 99 cents. Thank you. Just some really lovely super chats coming in. Lone Wolf for $5. Thank you. I am aware John's was a inspiration for Cody and Sean. Did he have an impact on you at some point before your channel? And just a typo on the last two. He did not. I didn't actually watch any YouTube critics before I start. No, I take that back. The Nostalgia Critic was an inspiration for my channel. I watched only a couple shows on YouTube before I started my own. Angry Video Game Nerd was my introduction to kind of zany, off-the-wall commentary on video games. And I thought he was brilliant. James Ralph. He was great. His movie sucked ass that he made, but he's brilliant, and his YouTube channel was fantastic. And then he had like collaborations with the Nostalgia Critic Doug Walker, and so then I naturally like fell down that rabbit hole and watched all of his retro reviews and stuff that he did, and I thought they were the funniest things ever. So Doug Walker and Siskel and Ebert were big inspirations. Siskel and Ebert for just their raw, vicious, uncensored thoughts on movies, and some of their takes were just atrociously bad for my taste, but I thought they were fantastic at how confident they were and how steadfast they were with their opinions. And then the humor of Doug Walker really I thought was fantastic. And funny enough, I actually was on a live stream with Doug and Tony on Hack the Movies. All three of us did a watch along commentary on oh my god, what was it? Freaking Time Cop with Jean-Claude Van Damme. Since I've seen so many of the Jean-Claude Van Damme movies back in the 90s, it was very fun. So got to meet Doug and chat with him on a live stream for a couple hours. That was pretty surreal for me. All right. Ryan Powell for $2. Thank you. If you had a superpower, what would it be? It's so hard because I think of all the like negatives to the superpower first and foremost. You know, living forever would be awesome, but then it would also be the saddest thing in the world. The ability to fly would be really cool, but at what cost? You know, the government's going to go after me, and they're going to harvest my organs and my DNA, and they're going to do research. Super strength is great, but what's the limitation? Like, how strong? Again, it comes back to I have to kind of like secretly hide this. I don't want it falling into the wrong hands. Well, how can I even utilize this for some sort of a profit? Because I feel like with AI, everything's just fake now, so people won't believe you if you were super strong. There's just so many issues, so many variables that I look at. I think my superpower that I would enjoy would be never getting sick, having like a perfect immune system. That way it flies under the radar enough where people wouldn't question why I never get sick, because who am I, right? And no one knows my health. No one knows my health issues. I wouldn't have to worry about my teeth or anything. I wouldn't have to worry about stuff that older people have to. So essentially, I would just die of like, you know, natural causes of old age, I guess. But wait, if I'm at perfect health, then I wouldn't. Then I would have to die by like a shark attack or something, I suppose. Yeah, that's tricky. I'm going to say perfect health. Warm Minnesota weather for $2. Thank you. Most Oscar baity movie ever, excluding blockbusters. I thought, oh my God. It's always like a black dude, white guy team up movie because it makes the white people feel like we did something good. Like, look at the black and white cookie coming together in perfect harmony. Moonlight, I believe, was the one from a few years ago. That was a total Oscar baity film. Although the priest one from 2 years back, maybe it was last year, was so fucking bad because the movie was good and then it went in this hilariously stupid direction at the end and completely it was just embarrassingly bad. I don't even remember the name of it. The something. It wasn't The Coven. I don't remember, but yeah, Moonlight's one that comes to mind. There's a lot of Oscar baity things though. Every year, I thought Deer Hunter was really Oscar baity. I hated that movie. I didn't get the appeal even then, and I certainly don't get it now. Bob Crenshaw for $9. Blank Check, 1994. What is this in reference to? What are you asking me? Why is this a question? Have I seen it? Are you asking me? I've seen Blank Check. Hell yeah, I've seen Blank Check. The movie's terrible, but I loved it as a kid. I mean, the dude gets a water slide in his house that goes out into his pool. Like, he's in his giant bedroom. He plays some video games. He's got his super old buddy that he's hanging out with for some reason. He jumps into his water slide, goes down into his pool where he's got a batting cage and go-karts out back, and some hot chick that he's for some reason wanting to bang, even though she's like 35 and he's like 12. Hell yeah, that movie's great. Except for it's not. Yeah, Blank Check, Richie Rich. That was the time. Christian Movie Nerd for $5. Thank you. In your opinion, Stallone and Schwarzenegger movies from the 80s or 90s, which were better? I'm more of a 90s kid. I mean, I grew up in both. You know, I'm a day walker. I walk between both time periods. But in 82, I was born, so I wasn't seeing a lot of that stuff when it came out. I feel like the 90s was better for both of them. The Terminator movies, you know, when's T2? That had to have been 90s, right? Terminator 2 release date. I feel like it was 94 or something. 91. Okay, so just made it. Terminator 2, Rocky, I want to say 3 and on were in the 90s. Rocky release date. So the original Rocky was 76. When was Rocky 3? I bet Rocky 3 was like 84? 82. Shit. So the Rocky movies are all 80s, like all the good ones. Was Rocky 4 really 80s still? Rocky 4 release date. God damn, 85. Those were older than I remember them. Stallone, I mean, the 80s were definitely better than, I guess, for Stallone, because Rambo would have been 80s also, right? Rambo release date. Yeah, Rambo was, no, not First Blood Part 2. Rambo 1. First Blood. 82. First Blood was 82. I gotta see, it's a trick question because the 80s were better for Stallone and the 90s were better for Schwarzenegger. I was never a Conan guy. More Minnesota weather for $2. Movie Fights is back, baby. Do Honest Trailers suck? No. Is Honest Trailers still going? I haven't watched Honest Trailer. I caught Honest Trailers a handful of times. I thought they were very funny. I don't know if they're still going even, but no, I thought they were very funny back in the day. Foster Seth for $5. For the next James Bond, should they continue the serious tone of the Daniel Craig films or go back to the puny Inspector Gadget Pierce Brosnan era? I thought some of the Pierce Brosnan stuff got serious at times. It was always kind of hokey, but there was some grit there once in a while in GoldenEye. I do think they should maybe do a bit of both more. They attempted to in the later Daniel Craig movies, throwing some of the machine guns and stuff on the cars. I think they can. The thing is, I thought Mission Impossible just did the Bond stuff a little bit better. It was more my style. And they did have fun gadgets with the masks and with the different technology that they utilized to get the job done. So there's definitely room for that style where you do mix the silly kind of out there sci-fi gadgetry with a darker, grittier film. And I think Bond should probably balance the two better. When the Daniel Craig films were really revving up, The Dark Knight was the biggest thing ever. So every movie series was kind of trying to emulate the Dark Knight brand, where you really break the thing down to its essence. You distill it to the most basic denominator, which kind of removes or strips away some of what made that character to begin with. Even in The Dark Knight, like, Batman is not really the Batman I grew up with. It's Christopher Nolan's take on it, which was interesting and different, but certainly a far cry from the animated series or the comic books or whatever the fuck was going on with Adam West. I ate Whoopi Goldberg's queef for $2.79. Thank you. Lovely. Lone Wolf for $10. Gorgeous super chat. For me, it started with John's, Stuckman, Honest Trailers, Cinema Sins, Schmoes No, and Angry Joe, and AMC/Collider when it came to movie content on YouTube. And yes, Honest Trailers are still a thing. Cool. I do know of all of those individuals. The Schmoes No, I did team up with them a couple times. We had a couple of little collabs. Both Christian Harloff and Mark Ellis were on my movie feuds back in the day. I invited them on very popular episodes. So you're welcome, guys, for the promotion. Angry Joe. I really like Angry Joe. I've tried to reach out to him a few times. It's been many years since I've tried, and I'm much larger of a channel than I was then for sure. So maybe he would pay attention more, but he always seemed like a very cool, chill dude. And I thought his video game reviews were very funny. In fact, I enjoyed his stuff so much. I did an angry rant years ago. I don't think it's on my channel anymore, but it's definitely on patreon.com/AdamDoesMovies. If you're at the dollar tier even, you have access to like the 300 some videos I've done behind the vault. But one of them I did an angry rant, the same style as Angry Joe, and I reviewed Uncharted, I think it was called The Lost Legacy, whichever one had Chloe and the other chick, where you play as the two ladies. He didn't review it, and I was really upset, so I did a review in his style, in his honor. Warm Minnesota weather for $2. Thank you. You like That's My Boy, Date Movie, and Schindler's List? All pretty much the same film at the end of the day. Same genre, too. A lot of laugh-out-loud comedies in there. Well, Schindler's List is amazing. It's a powerful, important, very sad watch, but a very good film by Steven Spielberg. Date Movie is not my favorite. It's pretty gross out raunchy comedy in the style of like Naked Gun, but not near that sophisticated or clever. It's not bad though. It's still got funny parts, but man, there's a lot of like poop jokes in there that just do not land for me at all. And That's My Boy was around that was the time I was having a strict no Adam Sandler policy because his movies got so fucking bad. So I did not see That's My Boy. I'm pretty sure that's the one with the Lonely Island dude Andy Samberg, who I like. He's very funny, but I did not see that movie. Oh, punny, not puny. I think I said puny. Or is that puny? How do you spell puny? How do you spell puny? Puny. Like small. It's just P-U-N-Y, I think. Thank you for the spelling. Appreciate it. All right, folks. Went for an hour and a half tonight. I think I'm going to wind down here shortly. Sounds like I have 2 movies now to go to tomorrow night. The Bride and Hoppers. Basically the same movie in the same genre. I look forward to watching both. Do have one more super chat here. Bob Crenshaw's back for $5. Favorite use of Limp Bizkit movie or music in a movie or a show? Favorite use of Limp Bizkit in a movie or show? I'm not going to count the Limp Bizkit movie that came on last year, Y2K, which features Limp Bizkit as himself and has a couple songs by him, I believe. It's just one of those days, feeling like a freight train. First one to complain, leaves with the blood stain. I don't know which movies have a Limp Bizkit song off the top of my head. Movies that feature Limp Bizkit music. You don't know what it's like to be a bad man, to be a sad man. How the fuck am I supposed to find this? I can't even find where it tells me. I keep rolling. What? Movies that feature Limp Bizkit music doesn't give me a single one. Oh, MI2. I take a look around. Skeet dee 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 dee. Not only that, that was a. I've ranted about this before, but you know, the kids of today have it so much easier than my old ass did. When Mission Impossible 2 came out, that soundtrack was a banger. It made up for how stupid the movie was. But you had an exclusive song from Limp Bizkit, which was a cover of the Mission Impossible song. It was awesome. And there was a Metallica exclusive too with I Disappear, equally as badass. Hey, 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 here I go now. Now I'm going to new days. Hey, yeah, it's a good song. I did it perfectly just now. And what the thing that annoyed me is that back in those days, the old era, there was no Spotify. They didn't even have Napster, I don't think, at the time. You had to buy that shitty album. You had to buy the CD of Mission Impossible 2 if you wanted those tracks. And there was other good songs on there. There was probably some Prodigy or something. But yeah, they did not release those songs on their own albums, at least not for many, many years. Fast and the Furious had a Limp Bizkit song. I'm gonna do things my way. I downloaded I Disappear off Napster. That was about the time Metallica tried to kill Napster. Yep. I remember. That was my 9/11. All right, folks. I think I'm going to wrap it up there. Once I start getting the criticisms from TNMLT or whatever the fuck his name is, that's when I know it's time to shut it down. Oh, Cinefanatic Andy, what do you think of Close Out wanting to do more Mission Impossible with Cruise? I think that Cruise needs to just let it go at this point. Although the last one sucked dick, so I wouldn't mind one more Mission Impossible to maybe go out on a high note, because that last one was not good. I am a fan. I appreciate that. Thank you for the criticisms of the face, the glasses, the hair. Read my super chat. Did I not read your super chat? This? It's blank. It's blank. You can just put it here. Just type it again if I missed it. Damn, your head filled rivals your Durst. That's right. I can do them all. I can do all of the songs. All right, gentlemen, that's all I got. Thank you very much. I don't know where that person's super chat went. So, Scary Movie 6 thoughts. It looks fine. I didn't think it looked hilarious. People seem to forget that there were 4 other scary movies, and most of them sucked. The first one's good, second one's all right, and then they just get progressively worse from there. I'm hoping that this one's great. It's under $279. Jesus Christ, just tell me it. Okay, scrolling up. What is this? There's no... Fuck you. I ate Whoopi Goldberg's queef, $2.79. It's blank. Oh my God. Oh, he wants you to read his name. He's trolling. All right, well, I read it. Keep on queefing on. And on that, I'm out. Thank you, guys. Look for the Star Trek Starfleet Academy recap tomorrow. And if you want to join me on Rumble, I'm going to do a live taping at some point. Have a good night. Take care. I'm out of here.